Hey, how you doing? It is Tom Breeze here, and welcome to the third video in this channel. And today, I want to talk about diversifying your traffic sources. Now, if you're running a business and you are very heavily relied upon Facebook advertising, then you'll know the costs are rising. Zuckerberg's removing more and more of the ads out of the newsfeed to give a better user experience for the users on Facebook. And you may notice the brands are coming in as well, so the costs are rising, and everyone's getting a bit scared. And it's understandable because I think a lot of people have their ads purely on Facebook. And that's a dangerous thing to have. It's like the one-leg stool, so to speak. It's always difficult because if you remove that one leg, you're in a difficult position. So when I look at anybody comes to us, because we do YouTube advertising, and this is not a pitch for any YouTube advertising at all, but I just wanted to hopefully give you some advice about how to think about diversifying across the different traffic sources and what to look out for, and the stuff that no one really tells you about as well, because everyone's going to be selling you on a new platform, like, oh, this is great, this platform, but it's not always great. And you've got to choose the one that's right for you and know a little bit about it as well. And I want to give you some heads up about what to look for if you're looking to diversify away from Facebook and to other platforms. So this is something that I know that's going to be very interesting for a lot of people, because we get loads of prospects coming to us for YouTube advertising, and we have a questionnaire on our website for our agency, and we say, why YouTube, why now? And in the past it was like very much like, well, it's another place to go and we want to see if we can master YouTube as well. And more recently, a lot of the prospects that have come through have said, we're desperate to find another source of traffic because Facebook's not performing as it used to. And I know what that feels like, because my first business, which is very different to my agency now, my first business was all built around the good old days of Google AdWords. And you started getting things like the slap that came in, and you start like, which is where they stopped certain types of promotions happening. Then the costs would rise dramatically, and then they would do different things to try and open up different ways of advertising on the platform. And you've noticed this behavior happening with Facebook, right? So not only was it the newsfeed or on the right-hand side, they removed the right-hand side advertising, or kind of like pretty much removed it. And then the newsfeed was where everyone's advertising. Then it was Messenger, and then they built out Instagram. So they've tried to expand more and more. But again, it's just the newsfeed, and everyone's competing for that newsfeed, including brands now. The big brands are coming in and playing in that marketplace, which has risen the costs. And I've seen some screenshots from other advertisers that have inquired as to how to kind of reduce the cost per acquisition a little bit. What can they do? They're talking to their reps and they're taking screenshots and shared them with me. And the reps are just like, well, look, it's getting more competitive, and can you increase your budgets? And that's kind of the response they have now. It's not better types of targeting. It's more, can you afford it any longer? And that's a big worry for a lot of clients, and hence why a lot of people are looking to diversify. So I wanted to give some advice about diversification. And I should also mention that I am creating this video hunched over because I wanted to create this quick video for you. It's Friday evening, and I'm in the office still. They do say when you build your own business, it gives you freedom. I'm not always completely sure if that's completely correct. It gives you freedom to do many things, but sometimes you have to work hard as well. So it's Friday evening, I'm traveling to San Diego tomorrow, loads of work still to do, more personal stuff than it is business related stuff, still a few things to tick off, but I'll be all good. But that's why we're creating this video like this, and it's not in the not presented nicely and things like that. So hopefully you'll just prefer me just talking and giving you some advice about what to think about when you diversify your traffic sources. So the first thing is to be aware of the platforms that are out there. Now, with Facebook, if you're looking to move away from Facebook and start exploring different platforms, then you've got great places to advertise right now. Places like YouTube's great, but I am a YouTube agency, so I would say that. Instagram's still getting great results for a lot of clients. Not that I do anything apart from YouTube. I don't do anything else. So I know these platforms from other agencies that I speak to, but I don't get involved with them. But places like Instagram, I hear very good stories about. I know that LinkedIn works for some clients, but can be a little bit limited on the scale. Snapchat is working really effectively for a lot of people. And Google has just become much easier to advertise and get good results, especially with some of the new beta programs that are coming out as well. We've been exploring them and getting great results with that as well. So there's loads of platforms. I'm probably missing an obvious one, but there's loads of different platforms. But I would say if you're running a business, think about what your customers are doing and where they go. don't just follow the herd. And if everyone's saying, oh my God, this new platform's so great, take it with a pinch of salt. Think about what your customers or your clients are doing. Where do they go? Your best customers, your best clients, where do they go? Can you engage with them? And can you get in touch with them on that platform? A lot of the time, people say, oh, well, YouTube's great and it's amazing. It's not right for every business. If you don't have much search traffic and it's all interest-based traffic, then that's more difficult. So what I mean by that is, like, let's say, for example, on Facebook, you can definitely advertise to people based on their interests, what they've liked. Facebook will generate those lists for you that you can potentially get in front of. YouTube doesn't have that in the same way. It does have affinity audiences and things like in-market audiences, and you can build some of your own audiences as well. But really, the big area for YouTube is that search-based audience. Get in front of people when they go there because they want to know something, do something, buy something, or potentially be interested in something, or be inspired by something. So people are using YouTube much more as a search engine. So are your customers searching? If they are, then YouTube might be a great platform for you. That said, Google could be a great platform for you as well. Do your customers tend to go to Google? Now, Google's going to be more expensive because it's more of an established platform. And at the same time, it's still a great time to tap into it because you can get some amazing results if you work with the right agency or learn it yourself. Google, I would say it's difficult to learn it yourself just because there's so many experts out there and it's a steep learning curve there. Snapchat's great. Can you get in front of your customers on Snapchat? LinkedIn, can you pinpoint the person you want to get in front of? Or maybe other platforms, Instagram, again, that feed that can happen there as well is really, really interesting. And all I'd say is, like, just be really careful about which platform you choose. I know I'm about to go to San Diego for the Traffic and Conversion Conference. I'm going to be speaking there as well. I'll be watching loads of other presentations, and I'm probably going to get wrapped up in, like, oh my God, this platform looks so cool. I want to advertise there now, or I want to get involved there. That's understandable because you get, like, excited about what's happening and you're desperate for an answer sometimes as well. I'll just say, take your time, think about the platform you want to go onto, because it's the one that I'd recommend you master and invest time and effort to go to that platform and really get it to work for you, unless, of course, you're going to be working with an agency. But again, agencies can sell you very well on the idea of advertising their platform, and it can take them months to get it right, and you might want to be really careful about which platform you choose and which agency you want to choose as well if you're going down that route. So platform's one thing, like, will your customers be going there, and how can you get in front of them? The second thing is their targeting. So again, this kind of pulls on the platform slightly because with platform, you've obviously got different frames of mind when your customers are going there. So with YouTube, it tends to be mostly search. With Google, again, search, but different mindsets for Google versus YouTube because they're consuming video on one and they're just kind of clicking links and images, etc. On Google. But someone like Facebook is more kind of a social environment, and so that's kind of going to be a different way of getting in front of your customer again. But again, it comes down to that targeting. Is it intent-based? Is it search-based? Or is it interest-based? And knowing that will really help you identify how you're going to get in front of your customers. And so, again, this pulls into the platform a little bit, but keep aware of the motivations of your audience when you do get in front of them as well. So that targeting options, more search-based for YouTube and things like that, but look at other platforms and see how you'll be able to get in front of those customers as well. Because if there's an obvious kind of link with how you can get in front of your customers on those platforms, it could be a great platform to explore and to master as well. Now, be aware of the ads as well. What type of ads can you run? People try and say to me, oh, I've got this amazing Facebook ad right now. It's working really well for us. I want to use it on YouTube as well. And I have to stop them and say, look, it's not going to work in the way that you want it to. This is a really big consideration because you can't just pick up something from one platform and feel like it's going to work on the next platform. So the reason being is of what we've discussed already, the mindset of the customer, but also how you target that customer as well. But with the ad itself, let's do Facebook versus YouTube for now. With Facebook, if you run a video ad there, it's not just the video that will carry the weight of that ad, it will be the text around it and how it appears in the newsfeed as well. With YouTube, if you have your ad, it's pretty much the video by itself. You might have the thumbnail that people click, or it could run as a pre-roll ad if you're advertising, of course. But it's the video by itself. There's no text around it or very little text around it. So the video itself has to do all the heavy lifting, the call to action, everything around it. So you can get away with doing a lot less in your video on Facebook than you would do on YouTube. But it's those subtle differences that make all the difference to your performance on those campaigns. So have a think about any platform you go to, have a look at how the ads are structured, because you really got to think about when you get in front of them, what sort of experience can you deliver Are they looking for content? If so, give them great content and value, and then call to action. If they're kind of like looking to be distracted, then you probably don't need to go down that educational route. You can probably go for more of a kind of a shock and awe type approach, like get them to look at something and think, wow, that looks cool. Click that link, go to the website and engage them there again. So have a think about how you would interact with your customers and what possibilities you have with the ad structure as well. So as I said, with YouTube, the video will carry all the weight. With someone like Facebook, you've got the video surrounded by text, and the text can do a lot of the heavy lifting to gain that conversion or gain that click as well. So just be aware of the platform you choose, the adverts, and how they're going to run, so you can start to develop and make those ads for the platform. Don't feel like you can repurpose something you got from one platform and just apply it to the next. Don't just do that repurposing. You've got to kind of like work out how you can become native with that platform. How can you create something specifically for that platform? Because that's where you're going to get much better results. Now, that also carries on from the ad to the next thing I want to talk about, the fourth thing, which is the funnel itself, like the funnel that you're promoting. You've got to make sure that you're aware that even though you might have a great webinar, or you might have a great video series, or you might have a great ebook, or you might have a great offer from the very beginning, you've got to be really aware that different funnels perform in hugely different ways based on the type of promotion you're doing and based off what platform. So let's say, for example, we've got some amazing promotions that we do with our clients. They've built their funnels and it works really well with YouTube. And we're like, great, this is working really, really well. Then they're like trying to diversify off of YouTube and go to Google, for example. And sometimes that funnel just does not work from Google, and Google needs a completely different funnel in order to get the best conversion. Likewise, you might have a really good promotion on Facebook working really well. You try and create ads that will work on YouTube and send them to the same funnel. The funnel probably won't perform in the same way compared to someone like Facebook. And so the cost might increase for a cost per lead, but you might find the cost per sale is better from one platform to the next. So just be really, really aware of the different funnels you're promoting, the different ads you're running, the different targeting options that are available to you, and also the psychology of your customer when they're going to those platforms. If you keep those four things in mind, the psychology of your customer, the targeting that's available to you, the ad types, and your funnel, if you keep those in mind as you move across from one platform to the next, you should be in a much, much better place to know if or at least know how to test that different platform, get really clear with it, and hopefully you'll be able to get some amazing results, not just on Facebook, but on other platforms as well. But do be aware that when you first start advertising on a new platform, it can take a little bit of time. You're not going to master it on day one, and don't expect the same results from Facebook. You've had a great experience if you're advertising on Facebook right now for a few years, and it's been fantastic. You've taken advantage of it, fantastic. It's not going to always be like that. And not that this needs to be a wake-up call, because I think you already know it, but now's probably the time to start diversifying before Facebook completely changes on you in the next kind of couple of months or something, and then you're in a situation where like you're desperate because you've got no more lead gen coming in. I've seen it happen already with a few businesses. I've seen people really panic and worry about the future of their business as a result of that. So now's the time to diversify if you haven't done already. Start exploring, talking to different agencies, but ask them for honest opinions whether you think that platform's actually going to work. And hopefully you'll find a new platform for you that you can grow and scale and bring in leads and customers at a very good return on investment, or at least return on ad spend, and then look how to expand the ROI as you grow your business on that new platform as well. Hopefully that's been useful. I know that this hasn't necessarily been a straightforward video all the way through. It's late in the office, it's late in the day, my head's a bit fuzzy, but hopefully this video has been useful. And if you do have any questions about that, obviously leave your questions below. Myself and the team will kind of answer any questions you might have. And I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video, and I'll probably be doing that one from the airport tomorrow, from Heathrow. So I'll be creating videos and uploading them as of tomorrow with the team as well. And yeah, hope you found this very, very useful. Please do leave your feedback below, and I'll speak to you very soon. And obviously, if you haven't done so yet already, make sure you subscribe, hit the button, and I'll see you very soon in the next video. Thanks so much. See you in a bit.